is that a fair... There you go. Barry Gardiner, is that a fair point? Elon Musk got involved in this debate, saying this feels like full-blown Stalinism. It feels like collectivism taking land back into public ownership by forcing landowners out of business, pricing them out of the market. And there's a lot of farmers we've been speaking to on GB News over these past few weeks saying they fear the farmland is going to be hoovered up for housing estates, for Angela Rayner, for solar farms, for Ed Miliband, and for wind farms, for this great British energy fallacy. A lot of people don't just think that the patchwork of the countryside is being changed. Is this actually a war on farmers in disguise?
Quite the contrary, Martin. Look, let me explain why. This government, as part of the budget, and our farmers, the two farmers here know this, has put the largest investment in sustainable farming that has ever been put, $5 billion over the next 2 years into the Sustainable Farming Initiative. You know what it is, because we've increased the ways in which farmers can access that money from 23 ways under the Conservative government to over 100 under the new regulations. Now, if you'll know that Minette Batters, who used to be the president of the NFU, put out in the Country Life this week, saying that 50% of farmers were earning between 0 and 25,000 a year. What Greg has to answer is, why after 14 years of a Conservative administration is that the income that farmers are getting? OK, because they've had a bad deal from the government. What we're trying to do with the $5 billion that we're investing in the Sustainable Farming Initiative is to actually make farming profitable. And one of the ways of doing that, patchy what Greg has said, is actually to reduce the price of land, because, as we know, 56% of of the people
Barry, the
who
farmers
have
on
claimed the inheritance
the farmers
tax,
on the front row here don't look convinced.
Well, I tell you who will be convinced, though, Martin. It's the people watching this who are not farmers. It's the people watching this who are saying, why am I...
The farmers are the ones impacted by the Labour Party's policy. They're the most important people in the entire damned argument.
I'm sorry. They will be saying, why am I paying 40% inheritance tax on 500,000.
Bill Rammell's on the end there, waiting to get a word in edgeways.
20% over 3.35
OK, you made that point.
And
Bill Rammell.
Barry's right, there is an issue of equity. But what really concerns me is there's a gulf of understanding about what is happening. Now, the Treasury has estimated that only 500 farms out of 209,000 will be affected by this. Before people shake their heads, that's been independently verified by the Office for Budget Responsibility and the Institute for Fiscal Studies. Now, if it could be bottomed out that only 500 farms out... Hold on. If it could be bottomed... Hold on. If it could be bottomed out that only 500 out of 209,000 would be affected, would people in this audience support it?
Why do it at all?
I think
because people, they're very wealthy people who need to make a contribution towards our public services, and we need extra money for our hospitals, for our schools, for our local...
The farmers, hang on, Bill. It's all, listen, hang on. It's all fair and well, for two people from the Labour Party tonight to say, this is helping farmers, farmers well off. They're farmers, they don't agree with you. They're the ones working in the industry, they don't feel that this supports them. Surely their voice counts.
But
let them speak.
Nobody in the audience answers my question. If it could be verified that it's only 500 farms, would you support it?
That's just not the case.
Why do it?
Because 2% of the people who are claiming the inheritance tax at the moment, just 2% of them, right, are raking it in to the tune of... they're over 50% of the money that is being given away, and each of those 37 people are getting $3 million each.
Hang on, please. Hang on a sec.